All right, welcome to Team Patriot Fitness Team Call. It is literally, we have made it all the way into the 6th of December. So we just came off of Thanksgiving and the first week after Thanksgiving. So we're probably feeling a little bit relaxed, but also hesitant because we're getting into the thick of it, right? The thick of the holidays, and we've got a lot going on. So the best thing that I've heard, and it has come from our leadership, is recognizing that even the best of the best have a lot of crap going on. They have Christmas cards, they have our holiday cards, they have families, they have presents to wrap, all the things, but they do make a priority list. And if in that list things drop off, right? And maybe that is your health journey. Maybe you don't show up as much on your health journey. Maybe it's a little less personal development. Maybe it's a little less inviting. Things may slide. Here's my encouragement to you. If you do make a solid hour a priority through the holidays, you will see your business explode in January. Because let me tell you, 70% of people will not show up this month. They will not show up this month. They will ghost. They will be somewhere else. And this is the time where you do have to dig your heels in and say, okay, self, I came here to show up for not only for my health, but for other people, and my family deserves this too. So it's not that you cannot enjoy a great Christmas movie with your family. It's not that you cannot enjoy, hot chocolate and marshmallows, which we're going to be able to hopefully next weekend together. But this is the time where you have to look at the calendar and say, okay, where are my little pockets of time that can be count? So for example, if there's a time where you do have to do Amazon Whole Food Prime, for a couple of meals, and you go on your phone and you do it really quick, maybe that will save your butt. Maybe you do have to ask your kids, okay, grab that load of laundry and bring it over here and fold. Like whatever you got to do to make things a little bit easier through your day, or asking for help. The holiday season is just a season, and there's always going to be a season of busy. It's just extra highlighted. So we'll get that big elephant out of the room that people, one, don't want to say yes to the opportunity, and two, that we're making up their minds that they don't want it, or they don't need it, or that we're not even going to offer it because we're afraid that it's not the right time and it's Christmas. So maybe they're just too busy, or they've got this Christmas budget, whatever it is. We have to reframe ourselves in the mindset that this is actually the best time to be consistent with ourselves in our actions. Because whether or not you know it, people are watching your every move. Once you've announced that you are health and wellness, fitness, if you're in this industry, they're watching your move and they're seeing whether or not you're going to follow through on your word. And it's kind of like your character's on the line. And we're living in a virtual world and age. And when you say something and you give little bits of pieces of proof throughout the week, you add and earn trust for people. And that's where I ask you to look at every single time you show up, you're earning trust for your people and you're building relationship. And that's another way for you to go, okay, I'm showing up not only for myself, not only for my family, but I'm also earning trust of others, and gaining that trust is a huge piece in building a business. So if you're looking for the long term, now is time to not dig your heels in and sit down and play snow angel. Okay, we can do that on January 1st and celebrate. Right now is a dig in. So looking at the calendar ahead, we have 9-Week Control Freak is literally live here in a couple hours. Autumn just said that they're playing with the links at 6 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. They're playing with the links, and we could get the Batman signal and it's ready to go. So if you have a list of people who are like, yes, I am so interested, I want this, you better have that Google form ready, sent out to them and saying, this is, we're doing this, good to go. And also, I want to emphasize these next 2 weeks should be an emphasis on talking about the business and the fact that the coach opportunity is giving you a 2-week preview and sneak peek and opportunity into seeing what this program is about. So leverage and think about the posts that you're going to create specifically from the 7th through the 20th on coaching and the opportunity linked with this program. So that I would ask you to really focus on that. So this week in particular, we're going into week 4 of our Freak Fam prep group. So if you are not in that right now, or if you are, if you don't have anyone in there, that's okay. But if you have people that buy the package and they want to prep, if they want to do 21-day fix, you can go ahead and plug them in. You need to be an admin in that group. So if you're not an admin, go ahead and do that. Write this down. If you are listening to the recording of this right now, write this down that Freak Fam is an opportunity for people this month to get prepared and get launched. Also, this week, we are going to go ahead and open our 5-day fitness free group on Facebook. That's going to run from the 14th through the 19th. And there's already a PDF created by our upline, and it's basically the free bod sample workouts, but they're holidayized. Like that's a word. So, and then we can also basically create a morning and evening post if we want to check in that's not fitness related at all. Maybe bring into like, what are your favorite family activities to do in the holiday season? What are, the season of thankfulness and gratitude of like what has happened so far this year? Like what is, things that are not topics of fitness, we will bring into this free group, kind of like what we did for last month for our gratitude group. This is an opportunity for people to plug in that cannot invest in, our programs, but they still want to be part of a community. So we want to make sure that we provide that for people and be able to do that. So my encouragement for all of us, if we've already used a free group and created one, I think that we should invite all of those from our former old group into our new one for our fitness, our 5 days of fitness. So this week, we're talking all about 9-week Control Freak. It's launched. You're going to be doing, you should do the free Tabata, like 18-minute little sample workout at least 2 or 3 times this week. Like, I know Tabata shouldn't be done more than 3 times in a week. So maybe tomorrow morning you do the Tabata workout. Maybe Thursday you do it. Maybe Wednesday and Friday you do it. But you should be doing it more than once this week to show it, to sprinkle it in your stories, and really, really hype it up. Hopefully, things will be shipped, and maybe by the second week through the 14th through 18th, we have our gear, and then you can really start sprinkling in the true format of the workout. So the flow of the month really should be looking like the 14th through the 18th will be our free group, but really people who want to join in on our boot camp for January should be prepping on the 28th, which means if they want to have their kit and everything ready to go, they need to have ordered things no later than the 15th, as I'm looking at my calendar right now. So this whole week, you need to make sure that people are getting plugged in. You need to make sure that if they want to, like, save the date, be plugged in, have their stuff no later than the 15th or 16th. So by the new year, they're good to go. Then, of course, people who are not wanting to do VIP Night Control Freak, they can wait till the 21st. Be sure that if you are running your group on your own, your bod groups, you are posting in there as if people are participating. You are posting in there as if like they're commenting back and forth. Doesn't matter if it's dead. I started with crickets for years. So we are also doing in the Commit to Fit world, and if you want to do this as well, we are doing a spirit week from the 14th to the 18th as well in our group, and I'll be sharing that PDF and all the images as well, because I do not believe it's in our upline's Google Drive. So the flow should be, this week should be coaching, talking about 9-week control freak, Tabata, like the free Tabata workout. That should be our focus for this week. And then at the end of the week, fitness, 5 days of fitness. Like we're doing Spirit Week in our boot camp. And oh, by the way, if you're not in our boot camp, you should plug into our free 5-day fitness, like making a post about that, like at least by Friday, talking about that in your stories. So that's the flow of this week. And in our team page, I'll be posting what it all should look like. And on the 28th, we are kicking off prep week for 9-week control freak in a new bod group. So that's what it looks like for scheduling purposes and getting people plugged in. Always give 7 to 12 days max for shipping. So with that, I want to know how many you plan on inviting to the coaching opportunity for 9-week control freak. Type that number in the chat box. And I'm going to personally tell you my number is going to be 50. And my number for customers, just customer only, is going to be 100. So 50 for coaching and 100 for customers. And really, when you think about it, 1 in 10 maybe will say yes to the coaching opportunity. 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 15. So if you're looking at your goals and you're saying, well, I want to go Emerald. Okay, well, you should be inviting 20 people at least, or maybe 30. If you want to go Diamond, and you do the calculations, probably 10 people per maybe yes. So I would crunch the numbers, and if you have a deadline, then you need to make those things happen, because that's just kind of like the stats and how people say yes. Kind of going back towards what we're talking about a little bit earlier in our threads, talking about the craziness, the holiday, and all the things that can happen, really going into seeing the future of this next year and how we're getting past 2020. And we want to look at how much energy we're going into the year. We're not dragging ourselves through the finish line. We are racing through. We're pushing through. We are not clinking our drinks and, just waking up on the first and just like totally like out of it. No, we are waking up with fire in our bellies. We are waking with purpose, and we're absolutely like ready to go. Like I have no doubt that our team is going for Elite 2021, and we really have to look at what we have to be doing, and it's right now. And I cannot pause. I cannot pause because we feel a little bit tired. We feel like it's a little bit colder, so we don't really want to like get up as early and it's super dark, and all the things that can get in our heads during this time. Just think about where you want to be in 1 year and how much can change. And I know right now we're just the two of us talking. I'm doing a monologue right now. But as I look back, a year ago, I'd like to say that I was nowhere, and I was about 35 pounds heavier, and I'm going through a deployment, and this has completely changed my life. And I cannot imagine where we're going to be in a year. We may have gone to Summit together. May have gone and done a diamond retreat together, like all these things. And the financial freedom, the lives we've changed. So showing up for an hour during a busy holiday season, maybe saying no to a couple of things, maybe saying yes, might be okay for seeing where you may be at in 2021. The last couple of things that I want to look at is that, we have a lot of tools in our back office that I think a lot of us have missed. We have missed the fact that we can go back there and go and Google our 9-week control freak, and we have a complete outline. And I want to go real quick and show you something. And it may look familiar to you. You may have already seen this, but I'm going to make sure that on this we'll be able to see. So let's do this. So I'm not sure if you can see this on my page. Can you see this? You can give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is in our back office, which is so cool. And I actually have seen one of these and I've used them in the past. It's a launch plan. Look at this beautiful thing. How cool is this? So right now, set up a bod group to invite to. So what's our goal? Like as a team, I've always said that for VIP launches, I'm opening up that bod group to everyone. But if you don't want to lean on my coattails and you want to have your face, hello, if you want to have your face on the group and a video of you talking, in the intro video for the bod group, then it's all you. Like you open up your 9-week control freak bod group, you run it. Like if you feel like you have a solid 1 to 2 people that you want to coach with and you want to keep it close knit, then this is for you. This is starting promoting group. We are already way far in there, inviting a group. This is the commitment right here. So how many have you committed to, and how many of them are coaches, and how many of them are just regular customers? I don't know if I see the chat box. When I'm screen sharing, I don't see the chat box. I'm sorry.
I put I'm inviting 50 for coach and between 80 to 85 for just the customers.
Perfect. All right. So look how many boxes they have here. So they have not that many boxes, and I think we can fill them all up. So this is actually great. We have 2 weeks to fill up these boxes. And then in the month of later in the half, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days to fill this up right here. So this is awesome. Let's zoom in right here. So we have to have our bod group planned. Beachbody already has the template for challenge group guides. If you just Google challenge group guides and you select program, they'll have the pre-made templates to copy and paste and images. So we're going to commit to the program ourselves. We're going to set a personal goal for your program. I suggest writing that down right here next to it. Is it going to be following 2B mindset to a T? You know, like Autumn talks about, it doesn't matter what path you take. She doesn't say that you have to do containers, which she did say last time for A's obsession that you had to. And she's like, no, this is your control. This is your time. So what's your personal goal? Because this is the best coaches take care of themselves first. And your story is what people are looking for. And also getting others across the finish line, they will look for you and your guidance and how you show up every single day. So make sure you write that down. And then set a goal for how many you'll help. Yeah. So you say you're going to invite 50 for coaches and 85 for customers. So what your goal is probably, you're probably going to want to get at least 15 to 20 coaches. Like that's legit. Like let's do that. And also for this right here, we're already in this pink little thing right here. So tonight, if you haven't done a last call post on social, so if you haven't done a last call on your stories, I would make that a no joke, like happen tonight. And then tomorrow morning, if you have anyone who's on your list already, you know, you have those 2 people that you already talked to, you have their flavors, you know, their packets or bags, da, 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 da. Tomorrow, I also, you know, once you start building a team, send out the accessory kit to all of your VIPs and say, hey, it's launched. I want you to do this with me. Like create a share cart link for all your VIPs and send it out to them. And then this is where we have our bod group. So our bod group technically doesn't open till the 28th. So I'm going to still have it open, but it's not going to have anything in there quite yet. So I'm going to make sure that they're in a Freak Fam prep group. That's where I'm putting my people. Here's what's going to happen is follow up on share carts not ordered. And I'm going to make sure that I talk about the Tabata program. I'm going to do it tomorrow morning when I wake up. I'm going to do it on the 9th, and we're going to share our journeys. And then I'm going to do it on the 11th. And I'm going to talk about right here, talking about how it's not only for coaches, but soon on the 21st, in almost a week, it's open for everyone. So this is a great flow. And we can add into our own, like our fitness and our free days of 5 days of fitness. And also our boot camp is doing Spirit Week all of the 14th through the 19th. So we're just building this whole, like, I guess, the community feel into this. So this is a great flow as it goes through. So this says share week 1 results. I don't think they understood that you need the equipment. I would take that out of there. Something that you might want to do is share like a little bit, like a snippet of the workout. Like, this is what you can do with the bands and stuff. So, I mean, you could do that too and be really excited. And I'm really, really excited that they have this in the back office that you can print off. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that. If you ever have any questions on how to do a launch properly, guess what? I'm still figuring it out. So it's not like you are like, oh my God, I didn't do all of this stuff. Oh my goodness. There's always like something you tweak. There's always something that you've learned. You're like, oh my goodness, that's a great thing to do next time. So just know that you're ahead of the game because you're plugged in. You're on this call, you're ahead of the game. So don't feel like you have to do everything perfectly. Just know you have the next 2 weeks are the best weeks ever to share and create major FOMO. And that's, all you can do. Don't forget about the people that aren't ready for 9-week control freak. They're completely intimidated. Those are our bar blend babes. Those are our PIO people. Those are our yogis, our meditation, our nutrition only, our pregnant women, our postpartum women. Do not forget about those people either. Yes, we're talking about all this, but also tell them if you get access to all this, you'll get all the gear and everything. So when you're ready, you can use it. But you have access to everything to prepare you to create a baseline fitness. So you have, access to this before it gets added, in 6 months or 8 months later. So they can most certainly get freaked out by the advanced intensity. So don't forget that there are people that still need help and still need to be launched. So don't forget about those folks. So that's what I tend to gather with people who are still looking at like their journeys. They're not MBF, they're not 30-day, they're just not ready, but you need to make sure to include, oh, by the way, there's all of this included with it too. So that's my best bet. So tomorrow morning, if you usually get up at a certain time and you're like, oh yeah, I get this, tomorrow is launch day and it is extra energy. You may have to take extra energize. You probably are going to be answering more questions because if they know that you are a coach and they see other coaches talking about this and they have a relationship with you, they're going to want to ask you and talk to you. So you better have your PDF of 9-week control freak handy, the link that's in our threads. You better have the sizzle videos. You better have the 9-week control freak sample program. You better have the scripts about that. Have a 9-week control freak running list. On my notes, I have an interest list, and whoever I've given the free sample workout, I have them on a list. So get organized so that you're ready to just respond and engage and have a system. That's the best way to not lose people during a launch, to make sure that you can go back after the next couple days and look back at all the information you've pushed out to people. So that's my encouragement. Let's get this started. It's 9:15 on the East Coast. That is all I have to say. So we're going to go ahead and start.